Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. I know I missed the reading yesterday, but I was doing finals, so they are done now. Thank God. And I get a nice 3-week break. I'll be doing a lot of dog sitting and probably go into work for a few hours, but other than that, yep, I am ready for the break. So let's get the current energies for today. Current energies for today, please. Okay, whoa, all right, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, let's play this out. All right, this one to fall on top. So we got clarity coming in because the moon in reverse means that things are coming to light. My eye keeps getting drawn to this crab here. It's not usually a card of Cancer. Oh wait, that's a lobster. Sorry, my bad. Lobster. You think of when you think of lobster, I think of like high class, good taste, right? Some people don't actually like lobster, so I guess it's the value isn't in the lobster itself, it's in the interpretation of it, right? So I think that that's what this is, the clarity that your value does not depend on somebody else's opinion of your worth. Beautiful. 9 of Cups, thinking that your wishes are not coming true, or at least delayed. 9 of Cups is the wishes come true card, but when it's in the reverse, it's kind of dissatisfaction, right? Not being happy with what you have. Maybe not being happy with yourself. Let's pair these cards together. So if you're understanding that your value and your worth comes from within you and not within someone else, then that might kind of shatter you for a minute, right? You have to build that up, right? You have to fill those cups up yourself. They cannot be filled from the outside. And that's when you realize you're the King of Cups and the Page of Swords. So King of Cups is the mature, father-like, loving energy. And I love that he looks like Prince in this card. Very purple, very crown chakra. You got all the fish jumping out of the water, but he's not being overtaken by his emotions. He's actually sitting on the throne of his emotions. I almost feel like this could be what is the god of the ocean? Oh my gosh. Poseidon. But I don't think it is Poseidon. I think it's Prince. And think about the songs that Prince sang, right? So what did Prince sing? Little Red Corvette, maybe, or 1999, When Doves Cry. Yeah, there's a lot of songs. He's got some good stuff. Some of you out there might not even know who I'm talking about, and that kind of saddens me, but that's okay. This is yeah, that perfect father empathy, you know, kind of that balance of divine feminine, divine masculine energy, and understanding, right? Understanding that your worth comes from within and not from anyone else, and standing alone in that truth, standing alone in that fact, but showing others how to do that by example, not by telling them, but by example, right? Because that's the best way to teach, guys. Then we got the Page of Swords, which is this is curiosity. It could be spies. I don't think it's spies, but it's he definitely looks like a little sinister. Maybe he's spying on you. Maybe someone's spying on you. People will watch you, and people will emulate you. And when you understand that, and you start to fill your own cup, and you become the king of your own castle, there will be people who will emulate you. There will be some that will maybe be a little bit jealous or be spiteful, maybe in some way, and be spying on you and just trying to figure out what it is you're doing. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Worry about the ones that are going to emulate you. I feel like that's spying. Who's watching you guys? Somebody's watching you. Okay. Sideways. Ace of Pentacles. We had this yesterday, or the day before, whatever day it was. But we got it sideways, so you get to choose whether or not you're going to walk through that door, or you're going to sit still in the old energies of. I'm just looking at this now. I see a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, right? It doesn't matter what you call the thing. The value of the thing is the value of the thing, regardless of what other people put on that. So you get to value that rose. You get to value that pentacle. You get to value yourself in a way that you have never done so before. And nobody has ever taught you how to do that, because nobody has ever done that, A, for you as maybe a child, or they didn't know how to do it for themselves. Guys, this work that we're doing here, this clarity, the understanding, evolving, you know, cleansing chakras, doing spiritual work, doing shadow work, all of that is work that probably a lot of members of your family have never done before. And they just didn't know it was a thing to do, right? So they did what they were taught. And you going out there, I'm getting the archetype deck. This one. You going out there and figuring it out and knowing and listening to your intuition that there is a better way, that there is something different out there for you, that it's not always black and white, that there's possibilities, infinite possibilities of things out there that you can do, become, be, see, hear, touch, feel, taste, whatever. You know, your world is not this big. Your world is infinite. And you doing that work and teaching your ancestors and teaching your descendants and teaching your family members and your peers and your friends and the world around you about this stuff is definitely not for the faint at heart. There's going to be people that can't do this, that don't want to do this. They don't want to have that clarity. They don't want to fill their own cup. They want to continue to get their energetic supply from other people. They are comfortable with that, and that's okay. And we're just going to love and accept those people where they're at and wish them well, wish them healing, wish them love, wish them light. That's all we can do. Even this spy, wish them love and light, and pray that they emulate you instead of envy you. I'm going to actually get an archetype card, because I feel like today's message is more or less about what is your mission? What are you here? What are you doing? The underworld. Oh, we got a few. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to read them all. Well, yeah. No, I will. So some of you are in the underworld. That's the shadow work, right? That's the, oh my God, XLB. Now I'm going to have to really figure out my, what is that? 48. Card 48. Wow. I can't even believe I remembered that. So the underworld, a lot of shadow work. Some of you are in that shadow work. The fault line. Some of you are actually literally falling through the cracks, and try to, and this would be 40, 49, 48 and 49, and 50. Did these come out in order? 51, 52. They sure did. All right. Anyway, underworld, fault line. I'm going to shuffle these. I don't like that they came out in order like that. I'm sure I've used this deck before, so I don't know why it didn't. And you know what? This is a good example of, guys, if you don't want to claim the reading, don't. You know, you have the energies now. You have the information. You have the understanding of what's going to happen, what's happening. You have the power to change it. You have free will. God has given us free will for a reason. This is just the most likely scenario, given the energies as they stand right now, with no growth, with no intervention, without the knowledge of this. This is what would happen, or this is what is happening, and this is what is to come. All right. Now, tell me what phase, what archetype we are in right now with this. There we go. One card. The box. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I'm kind of glad I redid that, because the box is literally putting people inside of a box, right? The box is infinite, if you think about it, because if you were to turn it sideways, it would be, you know what I mean. Anyway, and we're still in the 40s. I think that's so funny. So 44, number 44 might mean something to you. 4 corners in a box, in a square, and stability, right? That is this is finding your stability, getting yourself outside of the box, and understanding that not everyone's going to fit in the box, and your box is not your world, right? Your world is infinite within that spiral of a box, right? don't limit yourself with the box around you. But that's kind of the archetype that we're in, you know, that understanding that you can't put everyone in a box, and nobody's going to fit in your box perfectly because it's your box. A lot of boxes today. Very weird. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if I ever told you guys, I used to have a really big thing for boxes. I collected them all the time, and then suddenly I didn't. So I don't know what that means. I did the same thing with cups for a while. I had to have every travel mug and whatnot. and then not so much. And I feel like that's the universe just showing us our insides, trying to scream at us and show us what it is that we need to look at. And I had to look at my boxes. I still have most of them, but I had to get rid of a lot of them. But yeah, I broke out of my box, if you will. The box I was put in by my parents. And the clarity of that came through. And what I thought I wanted turned out not to be what I wanted. Okay, we've got living life. I like that, living life. If you choose to center and not participate in the extremes, you will come to know the Tao. That is literally the middle way. And actually, as I say that, I'm looking down and look at the middle way. That's where the light is, right? The perfect balance of all four elements, all four suits in the tarot. You know, the perfect balance of love and of emotion and physical and intellect and creativity. You know, it takes a combination of all four of those things to become the major arcana piece of it, right? Like the four kings will end up becoming the emperor. The four queens become the empress. I don't know what the pages and the knights turn into, to be honest with you. I'll have to look that up. But at any rate, it's the culmination of all four sides, right? We live in a three-dimensional world, and we're moving into a fourth dimension and a fifth dimension, depending. 4 and 5D are kind of, the lines there are a little blurry. But basically, you know, this four-sided dimension, looking at things from 4 different sides. You know, they always say there's 3 sides to every story, because there's his, you know, one side, the other side, and the truth. But really, it's 4, because there's a universal truth beyond that, and the metaphoric truth beyond that. So think about that, guys. If you choose the center. Don't pick sides. Don't take a side. Don't put yourself in the box. And then, you know, when you understand that there's no good, there's no bad, there just is, that's the Tao. That's the middle way. That's the path. That's the Wu. I think it's called Wu Wei. And it is absolutely a place from which you can observe things, from which you can spy on yourself, from which you can decide to create something new. I can't believe I put that up. That's crazy. Usually I put it sideways. Decide what's for you, right? Decide what resources are yours, what resources are not. Separate the two and walk through the door. And do it without judgment, right? Judgment would be left or right. It would be top or bottom. It would be good or bad. It would be right or wrong. Remove that. Remove that. Walk the center line, and things will be revealed. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We will talk in a minute. Much love and light. Hey, guys, how's it going? Yeah, hair up today. Sorry, I don't know. It's a thing. It's summer. It's getting to be summer here in New Mexico. And, yeah, anyway, weird. So let's talk about the reading. We had number 44. And the number 4 itself was very prevalent in the reading. You know, 4 sides of a box, 4 suits in the tarot, 4, and 4s are stability. It's that foundational piece from which you build on, right? If you don't have a solid foundation, then whatever you build, it's like a house of cards. So make sure what you're building, what you're learning, what you're teaching is built on a solid foundation. I thought it was weird. I called the lobster a crab. And crab is the symbol for Cancer, for the astrological sign of Cancer. So maybe there's a Cancer in your life that's prevalent, significant in some way. I don't know what that might mean to you. Maybe Cancer is in your chart. then we talked about Prince. The card looked like Prince. It think about what a prince is, right? So the prince is not quite the king yet, and but it was on the King of Cups that the prince character, I guess, appeared. So I feel like that's the inner child, right? Think about the king and the prince. The prince would be the son of the king. So maybe the inner child is and Prince sings, right? He sings songs. So that inner child that's wanting to sing, wanting to come out, wanting to perform, but feeling like you have to be that father energy, right? You can be both. Find the middle way, find the middle path of that, find the balance. And then I talked a lot about teaching by example and emulating and stuff. And I don't know that I always in the readings talk about what you're teaching. Today's readings seem to be a lot about what you're teaching others, especially with that spy card. So I feel like this is less about being aware of your energies and doing your work and whatnot, because with the moon in reverse at first, you're clear on what you're doing. Are you clear on what you're showing others? Make sure that you are being a good example. I talked about being the king of your own castle, being in your own box. And I basically, I feel like that was saying we're putting these walls up, maybe barriers, and breaking out of that role in which we were put. You know, you think about the roles that we play, the hats that we wear throughout our lives. And, you know, for me, like I was a daughter, I was a sister, I was a granddaughter, I was a aunt, I was a mother, I was a wife. And now as I'm saying all this, I feel like I'm Meredith Brooks over here singing the words to that song, Bitch. But, you know, we wear a lot of hats. And even I pulled out the archetypes cards, and the archetypes are the hats that we wear. The hat that is currently being worn is understanding the four sides of our box, right? The four directions in which we turn within our lives. There's 4 seasons in a year. There's 4 directions, you know, north, south, east, west. Make sure you're looking at things from all sides, and make sure that you are aware that you're in the center of it, right? If you think about a sphere, right, a circle. Do I have a circle? Yes. Crystal ball. Okay, so circle. Any point on this sphere is the center. Doesn't matter where I put it. It's always going to be in the center. That's the middle way. That's the Tao. Be that. Look at that from all directions, and that is your world, because you are the center. And observe. You know, observe yourself. Observe others. Know that they are observing you. Know that you teach people how to treat you. They watch how you treat yourself, and they watch how you treat them, and their reactions. They're always causal, right? There's always a cause to a reaction. There's to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You don't like the reaction, change the action. It's the only thing you have the power to do. So I'm going to end it there. As I look up, I'm looking at 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk tomorrow. Much love and light.